Hello friends, good morning again and welcome to the third session of unit number 6, that is multimedia data compression from the subject multimedia communication technique, final year electronics and telecommunication engineering, Solapur University, Solapur. Now till now for previous two video sessions we have covered the syllabus part of lossless compression algorithm, in which we have seen the introduction where to use the this lossless compression algorithm, why it is necessary, because for several images which contain or several videos or several other kind of data which contain very critical amount of information, they go for the lossless compression, which ensures that even you process on that particular image, and when you try to retrieve it back, the original information will not be lost at all, or the entire image will be, or entire data will be represented or will be retrieved as it is. So that kind of algorithm we used under the lossless compression. So in that we have seen several coding algorithms like run length coding and variable length coding, out of which in variable length coding, like last time in video session we have seen Shannon-Fano algorithm, as well as along with that we have seen the Huffman coding algorithm. So we have seen the differences of them, how we process in Huffman coding as well as in Shannon-Fano coding. So both the kinds of coding technique we have seen. So to be summarize this, so what happened or what we do in run length coding, we put focus on the length of data which is common, and as per whenever we go for coding, we consider length as an important pattern. Like if successive ones are there, or if successive zeros are there, we tends to code or go for coding of that particular data in accordance with the length of variables associated with the data. While in variable length coding, what we do is we try to see any repetitive pattern that is occurred in the data. In that we have seen first one is the Shannon-Fano algorithm, and we ensure that the data which occur for maximum iterations, like if the data's occurrence of the data is more and more in the available, or occurrences of certain variable is more and more in the given data, then we try to encode that particular data or go for coding of that data separately. Now separately in the sense we use lesser number of bits to represent that particular data, so that we can save ample amount of space. Now even though I have said ample amount of space, generally these lossless compression algorithm doesn't achieve higher compression levels. Rather they are specifically used to go for the accuracy of the data or reproducibility of the data. Like whenever we reproduce the data from the compressed format, we don't observe any kind of loss of data, and that is very critical, that is very important as far as the lossless compression is concerned. Lossless algorithm, the compression algorithms are concerned. So focus is given less on compressing the signal, less on the size of the information, while more and more focus is given that information should not be lost at all. So even though we can achieve the compression ratios won't be very high. Like one of the practical example here, we can go for WinZip, which can zip the files, and once you unzip it, you will get the original information as it is without any kind of loss of data. But then you can transmit, then you can use the particular data, but the compression levels won't be very high. Then we have seen the differences, and now in this today's session, let us continue with the last algorithm for the lossless compression, that is nothing but the arithmetic coding. And then we will go ahead with, once we finish with arithmetic coding, we'll go ahead with lossless image compression. Now, what exactly this arithmetic coding is and how it is different than the earlier method. So Shannon-Fano and Huffman coding, those are the algorithm which are suggested at very early stage. But whenever practical implementation comes, whenever practical approaches come, then generally in the modern days we tends to prefer the arithmetic coding. So arithmetic coding is more modern coding method that usually outperforms the Huffman coding in practice. So generally what we have seen in Huffman or in Shannon-Fano is we tends to code on individual symbols, while the arithmetic coding has an option that it can consider the entire bunch of data or group of data to go for coding. Like it does not focus only on coding the individual symbols. It can go for applying the coding mechanism on the entire group of data as well. So any certain code can be assigned for that particular data. So that is where we can see save certain amount of space or certain this compression we can achieve. So Huffman coding assign each symbol a code word. So that is what I said. Each symbol we tends to go for in both the algorithms. Let be Huffman or in certain case let it be Shannon-Fano as well. So both the codings ensures that each symbol will have an individual code word that has an integral bit length. So it may vary, the bit length may vary, but every symbol will have an code word. As stated stated earlier, that is nothing but log to 1 upon log to the base 2 1 upon pi. That is what the formula, and we have already calculated it, how to find the information contains. So we have seen that already in Huffman and in Shannon-Fano as well. We have used this formula as well. Indicates the amount of information contained in the information source, which corresponds to the number of bits needed to represent it. So this way, by using this formula, that is log to the base 2 1 upon pi, where pi is again is the ratio of the number of bits for the symbol divided by total number of bits. So that way we can find how much information will be contained in that particular symbol after coding, and how many number of bits will be required for that, or how many bits with which the data can be represented or the symbol can be represented. Although it is possible to group symbols into meta symbols for code word assignment to overcome the limitation of integral number of bits per symbol. The increase in resultant symbol table required for Huffman encoder and decoder would be formidable. Now what we try to say here is, instead of going for the coding of individual symbol, if we go for meta symbols, that means if we can group certain symbols, or if the data itself has certain group of symbols, then we can go for coding those group of symbols instead of going for the individual codes. So arithmetic coding, one more feature that it has is, arithmetic coding can treat the whole message as one unit and achieve fractional number of bits for each input symbol. So whenever like in earlier case we have seen hello word. So in that, what we do in Huffman coding is, we tends to go for coding of H separately, E separately, double L separately, and O again separately. So we tends to go for coding of all these symbols individually. And what arithmetic coding is suggesting is, you can consider the entire hello word as an unit, as a group, and then you can go for coding of that entire word, entire phrase, and consider them as an entire one meta symbol group. So arithmetic coding can treat the whole message as an one unit and achieve fractional number of bits for each input signal. So obviously like in earlier case, we didn't focus on going for fractional, like we tends to have a separate code for a separate symbol. But here when we are considering the entire group to go for coding, so fractional coding will be available here, or fractional coding will be seen over here in arithmetic coding type. So in practice, the input data is usually broken into chunks to avoid error propagation. So the entire data will be divided into number of bits, number of datas. In our presentation below, we will start with the simplistic approach and include the terminator symbol. Then we will introduce some improved method for practical implementation. So what I'm trying to say here is there will be an example below the in the next slide, in which a terminator symbol is considered. That means the end will be like whenever that word is finished for coding, we will be getting the indications once we saw that terminator symbol over there. And then before the terminator symbol, we can go for the entire fractional coding. We can consider that entire word as one meta symbol and go for coding for entire word instead of going for entire symbol. Like here how the algorithm work for arithmetic coding encoder. So we will go ahead with assigning the low and high values. Like here we will be taking the probabilities into the consideration. So from 0 to 1, that is 100% probability we will consider. So obviously range will be 1. Then we will initialize the symbol, and then we will try to figure out the low and high values for every individual fractional symbols which are part of the entire meta symbol. So whenever a certain word is given, so we won't be going for individual coding, rather we will go for the entire coding of that word. But once we start defining it, then we go in detail for individual symbol in a fractional way. So for that, the formula will be given like this low here indicates that 2 plus range. So we will be finding out the range, like from like once we find out the probabilities, once we have the probabilities for the entire group of symbols, and then we will start defining. Like even though it is confuse a bit for you now, but I am very much positive that once we get the example, things will be easier for you. Now let us consider this example here. So we will first start with this table number 1. I'll call this as table A, and here there are certain symbols given A, B, C, D, E, F. So for 6 symbols are given, and there will be an dollar sign which is the terminator, and then we'll have certain probabilities in the range of 0.2, 0.1, 0.2, 0.005, then 0.05, 0.3, 0.05, and then last one for dollar is 0.1. The terminator is 0.1. Then based on it's the probability range, in its probability value, we will figure out the range as well. So for A, as it is the beginning letter, so we will have the range from 0 to 0.2, as probability here is 0.2. So it's the low range will be 0 and the high range will be 0.2. So for B, as probability is 1, so step here is 1. So we already have the high range for A, it is 0.2. So the low range for B will be 0.2, and then the probability will be added. So range here will be 0.2 to 0.3. Then if C is having probability 0.2, then it will be 0.3 to 0.5. Then D 0.05. So this way we will have, based on the probability value here, certain range for that symbol, and then we will have the low range and high range. So what we have done here is for understanding purpose only, we have taken only 6 symbols followed by an terminator, which ensures that whatever word that you will be going for coding, at the end of that word we will be having this terminators, which indicates that word length got over, and then we can go ahead with the coding part. Now this example we will be considering for for the coding of the word CAEE and followed by a dollar, which indicates that the word end there itself. So we have to go for the encoding for a group of symbols here. For that is nothing but double E followed by the terminator symbol. So how do we approach this, or how do we find out the like this will be our final outcome here, where we have what we have did is we have gone for the splitting up of the range. That is what we go for the fractions of whatever the coding that we do. Like in earlier case we have coding defined for individual symbol, which like for hello world as an example, we start with L equal to 0, then H for 1 0, then 1 1 0. That way we keep on going a bit increase in the pattern, and we tends to go for the entire coding part for all the different symbols. But here instead of going for the true binary values of 1 1 1 or 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1, here we go for the, in arithmetic coding we go for the fractional range as well. And that is the reason why for each of the coding here the range we get from 1 to 0 range only, which has the different variety of the fractional probabilities. Now here let us go for understand how do we achieve the comparison by narrowing the range here. So what we do here is our the meta symbol that we want to go for is CAEE. So we first mark one scale ranging from, because as whatever symbol that you will take, the probability of occurrence of that particular word will be between 0 to 100%. So it will vary from 0 to 1. So scale we have taken up here, which varies from 0 and that goes up to 1, and we will follow the sequence as per A B C D E F, and then followed by the dollar sign. And on this scale itself, so here you can see on this scale itself we go ahead with 0 to 1, and then depending upon the range we will have the symbols located. Like A will be located at 0.2, so its low range will be 0 and high range is 0.2. So the entire patch here between 0 to 0.2 will belongs to A. Then B will have the range from 0.2 to 0.3 here. C will have 0.3 to 0.5. D will have 0.5 to 0.55, then E 0.55 to 0.85, which is the highest, that is probability is 30%, and then F 0.85 to 0.9, and lastly 10% here goes with the terminator symbol, that is $0.9 to 1. And this way the scale is defined from 0 to 1. Now even though we have defined the scale from 0 to 1 depending upon its probability, but now we have to narrow it. We have to start defining the symbols inside the entire meta symbol. So how do we do with this? So we try to figure out one by one. We'll see. Let us consider the first symbol case here. Here is C, because we have the word we have got is CAEE. So we'll initially start with C. So now what we were knowing is C is having the range that is 0.3 to 0.5. So we will define that C range, the lower range. So earlier we were having 1 to excuse me. So earlier we were having from 0 to 1, but that was for the entire word. But now we are going for the stepping from meta symbol to symbol. So for C we have 0.3 to 0.5. Then the range for C will be defined here. So initially for entire word it was 0 to 1. So range here we got is 1. But for C we have from 0.3 to 0.5. So we have 0.2 here. Now let us go for next symbol, that is A. So for A here, now here you can see A value will be considered based on the entire scale up here. Now for A, what is the lower range that we have here is 0. So what has been done here is the 0 is there at the lower range, and the scale here is again considered for this 0 to 1 or 0 to 100%, and there also the A was at the bottom. So as per the algorithm, like here we have seen, the new low value will be here, will be equal to low plus range into range low here, but range low for that symbol, particularly for A, it is 0 only. So for the new value of low will be 0 into the range. Now range here is for A it is 0.2, but 0.2 into 0 will become 0. So ultimately the low value for A will remain as it is, its original value. But here you can see the range for C we have already taken, which is from 0.3 to 0.5. So same will be continued for A. Excuse me. So same will be continued for A, that is from 0.3 to that we have to see the upper part how much it will be. So A will start with the low value of 0.3. Now let us consider what is the probability of occurrences of A here. So as far as probability is concerned, the value here is 0.2, and what is the range value that is given for the previous scale, that is 0.3 to 0.5. So range here is 0.2 and the probability here is also 0.2. So if we multiply that, we will have here 0.04. 0.2 into 0.2, that is 0.04. So A already was having at value of 0.3. So the higher value will be more than 0.04. So 0.3 plus 0.04, that will equal to 0.34, and that is why A value here with low is equal to 0.3 and high is equal to 0.35. Now let me again clear this out for you. So what numbers that we were having for symbol A? So symbol A was having the low value is equal to 0.3. Now again we will start from the beginning of the example. A was actually having the range from 0 and its higher value was 0.2. So probability was 20%. So it starts from 0 to 0.2. But in our example, our code is CAEE. So the previous value for C we will consider first. So C starts with the range of 0.3 to 0.5, because for C also it was having 20% probability. So range for C was 0.2. So on the now the scale will get changed. Now earlier for A, scale was from 0 to 1, but now as it will be followed after C is having the range from 0.3 to 0.